Alright, gents, today we're all about office outfit ideas. How you can look great and sharp in every single outfit. So here's the thing. In order to actually nail your office wear, you need to understand what is your office dress code. Obviously, each office has its own dressing codes. Some you can cut it with jeans, t-shirt, maybe a polo or shirt, and sneakers. And other offices, more in corporates and stuff, you need to wear suits day in, day out, basically. So today I'm going to address how you can look sharp and the best you can. So by implementing all these tips, literally in the next week or so, you can completely change your wardrobe and the way your colleagues perceive you. If your office does not require you to obviously come in wearing a suit and stuff, here's what I would strongly recommend. I actually have a guide that will break down every single items you would need even on an office environment. So feel free to download that for free in the description below. Now, if your office doesn't require you to wear suits, then a shirt, it's a must. Everyone else around you would probably wear jeans, but here's how you can stand out from the crowd. Instead of wearing jeans and some very casual and comfortable sneakers, you will do something different. You should opt for a very crispy, nice pair of white sneakers and tailored trousers. Now, these obviously will need to be according to the season you're in. Obviously, for more warmer months, you want to go for materials that are more breathable, like let's say 100% cotton or 100% linen. And you will be surprised that these are not actually as expensive as we might think they are. Obviously, in colder seasons, you then want to go for material that are a bit more heavier, of course. Choose tailored trousers that will fit you well, not too skinny, but not too big either. Here, the secret in every single one of these office categories is tailoring. Tailoring will literally transform every single thing you wear from this to honestly all the way here. So here's what you can do. Build your wardrobe. Start to build your wardrobes with 3 basic shirts. Starts with a white shirt, a light blue shirt, and something that is sort of in between, or an accent shirt, like I like to call it. Then you want to go for 3 pair of trousers. Again, all this based on the season you're in. And opt for colors like, don't go for the usual black trousers. Go for dark gray, navy, and white. These again will be the safest things you can go for, and you'll be surprised how many outfits you can actually create out of these 3 combinations only. Next, what you want to do is, instead of wearing your Skechers, like you would see many people in London on their way to actually their offices, instead of doing that, you want to wear very comfortable white sneakers. Here's the thing, for sneakers, I would strongly suggest you to go for something either made of leather or suede. Now, either they are white sneakers, or you want to opt for dark navy suede. And honestly, with these combinations, you will outstand everyone else and you will look absolutely spot on. And the reason being is not just for the colors, but because you are going to go to the tailor and tailor every single one of these items based to your body. It might be an investment at first, but you will realize it, and people around you will also realize it, and you will feel a lot better when you wear that shirt, when you wear those trousers. They're not as baggy as they used to be, and they actually fit you properly as they're meant to. And you will receive a lot of compliments. And one extra thing I would probably add here is, again, I would definitely go for knitwear, jumpers, for obviously colder seasons, and obviously vests as well. Again, I have a guide that will showcase all of these items and how you can actually build a proper nice outfit out of them. Now, the second level, let's say, of office wear. Here, most likely, you are probably working as a real estate agent, so you're wearing suits quite often. You might be working in events management or similar positions where obviously you need to look very presentable. And more often than not, you do wear suits. So if you find yourself in that category, then I would say at least get yourself to must-have suits. Hear me out. The first one, and again, this is per each season. The must-have suits you need to have in your wardrobe, especially when you're meeting clients, especially when you need to sell and look the best you ever looked. Then you need a navy suit or a dark grey suit. Now, here's why. These two are so versatile, and you can actually wear them without going over the board, and you will still look very, very professional. I would say stay away from black suits. I know many people like them, but black suits are not really for work environments, for office environments. They're really something you either wear for after 6 p.m. events, or like black tie events, or unfortunately for less pleasant moment. If you're in a work environment, I would say instead of going for a black suit, opt for a dark grey suit, and this will literally be so much better, and you will most likely look a lot better than wearing a black suit. Now, the secret here is, again, tailoring. Tailoring is king, and if you have a suit, make sure your suits are timeless. They have timeless design, because you want to be presentable, you want to sell, you want to appear powerful when you meet with your clients or on those meeting and calls. So opt for timeless designs, which means wider lapels, good fit, and actually suits jackets that actually cover your behind. Okay, if you can, get yourself some pair of trousers that are mid to high waisted trousers, because low waisted most time than not, they don't actually suit every physique. If you can afford it, go for materials like cotton or linen blend or wool blends, or actually the whole pure thing if you can. Why? Because again, materials really matters, and especially when you want to outstand everyone else in a room, materials, those small details really go a long way. Now for the shirts, here again, same again, go for white, light blue, and sort of a mixture, one that is a bit more of an accent, and ideally you will have 2 or 3 white shirts anyway of each of these, just because it's so much easier throughout the week, instead of obviously just washing your shirts over and over again. What I would suggest here is that on top of your 2 suits and the shirts and the tailored trousers, I want you to add 2 or 3 coats. Why? Well, because those days where you're not wearing your suits, but you still want to look powerful and sophisticated and timeless, you can still use a good mixture of tailored trousers and coats and really mix things up and make you look a very sexy and powerful gentleman. Now for shoes, in this occasion, really, I would say keep your white sneakers for dress down Fridays, and perhaps you want to add some suede sneakers, or even better, you would ideally wear loafers more often than not with your suits. What I would strongly advise is to have 2 pair of loafers, one black and the other brown. These 2 are the most versatile colors and pair of shoes you can wear that will make you look elegant and timeless. And here again, yes, you would have your vest as well, you would have your knitwear, you would have your jumper, and again, all this is based on the season you're in. So obviously for winter climates, obviously you would dress up a bit more. One thing I would actually recommend here as well is to actually add turtlenecks for winter and obviously colder climates, because turtlenecks literally they make anyone look attractive, and it really looks great on most men, especially if you have a great physique. Ideally this would be either navy or grey again, and obviously if it's a more relaxed occasion, then obviously you can opt for lighter colors. Now for the third office setting, this is more of your lawyer, consultants, accountants kind of corporate structures. And here you're basically required to wear suits day in, day out. And here, literally, you are wearing suits Monday to almost Friday. Let's say Monday to Thursday, and then you still have the dress down Friday. Here, obviously, you will need at least 4 pieces of suits. Here's the suits you would obviously need. Again, a navy suit, it's a must-have for every gentleman, especially if you work in corporate. A navy suit, something like this, with a light blue shirt, it goes a very long way, and you automatically look professional. And here, because obviously of the type of work you do, quality is key. You want to be able to move, because again, you are working in those clothes for an enormous amount of hours. Now here, like I was saying, the colors you want to go for are obviously navy. That is a must-have for every gentleman. A navy suit, either pink or notch lapels. And here I have 2 extra tips that will make you stand out from your competition and from every other man in your office. So keep watching. The second suit you want to have is obviously a grey suit. Here you want to go for either a light suit, because again, you're wearing suits a lot more often. So opt for a light grey suit and a dark grey suit. So that would make you obviously 3 suits. The other color I would obviously advise would be a brown suit. Now, brown, it's such a masculine and great color. And here again, you want to obviously have a good mixture of both light and dark brown. This would obviously make you a total of 6 suits. Now, here it comes. The other outfit pieces are obviously still part of your wardrobe, but here the secret, I think, would make any gentleman in these categories look great and outstanding. And that is, my friend, I hope you're ready, that is wearing a pocket square. See, the thing is, wearing a pocket square, it's one of those things men don't actually think about. Not many men think about that. And it's not a problem, but this is where you see when a gentleman actually takes time and is attentive to what he wears. When you actually wear a pocket square, maybe a presidential pocket square, which is basically the white little line, which is basically the white pocket square that's folded in a rectangular shape and just tucked in a little in your pocket. That is the best pocket square you can go for, especially in a working environment and in such a professional environment. So yes, and actually you do see Harvey from Suits do this a lot more compared to his other colleagues, and you see that there is a difference, and he actually glues everything together and just is pleasant to look at. The other thing you want to do is actually starting to wear a three-piece suits. See, three-piece suits are honestly a godsend gift, I think, because what happens is when you take off your blazer, you are left with your shirt, and obviously at this point it's a given that all these suits will be tailored and they will be a great material, they will be breathable, and it goes the same for the shirts as well. They will need to be great materials, because again, if you get a polyester shirt, trust me, because I did it by so many times and it was such a big mistake, you won't be able to move correctly, and it will feel like you kind of are wearing kind of a plastic bag, not to be dramatic, but it feels very restrictive. Whereas when you're wearing a, let's say, 100% cotton shirt, all my days, literally, it feels totally different. Now, add a waist vest, I call it waistcoat, I don't know if it's the right name, but add that and you will automatically look a lot more powerful, a lot more presentable. And you see Harvey, again, take him as a point of example here. He does this a lot of time. And the reason why I like this is because what happens is when you wear that, it shapes your body and it gives you that powerful and masculine position, basically. Okay, let's touch accessories now. I haven't talked about that, but here's the thing. From this level and the previous one as well, when wearing a suit in a corporate level and you want to be powerful, you want to look sexy, you need a tie. That is a given. You need a couple ties, at least I would say you will need 2 to 3 ties at least, just to cover you up and really look the part and be a kick-ass. I started growing this thing for ties only recently. Previously I was a no kind of guy with regards to ties. I just couldn't see myself with them. But it took me some time, and now I totally understand why a gentleman needs it. So obviously, in certain occasions, in more relaxed occasions, you can just get your ties out and untackle a couple of buttons and you're happy to go. But in other occasions, wearing a tie with a shirt and maybe with a 3-piece suit, God, you are commanding respect. Now, I hope this was interesting. I hope this was interesting and kind of gave you a different perspective of what to wear in a corporate environment. And if you obviously want to dig deeper in this, I have a guide that will literally guide you through, hand by hand, every single item you would need in your work environment, and again, how you can look the best version of yourself and dress based on your body and really command respect with the way you dress. So I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like button. That's it for me, and I will see you on the next video.